compressor here. It is dumping. Like, we got 3 inches of rain already and it's coming down. Woo, let's get in there. I like this. All right, we're at 2 degrees. Right, I like that too. There's our condensing units up top. Thermostat, defrost timer. So we get some of this junk out of the way up here. We'll get up there and take a look at it. I've turned the thermostat off. The sight glass was flashing crazily, but the liquid line was really hot too. So I'm not sure if we're running high head and we're flashing, or if we're low on charge and we're flashing. Should have a defrost clock inside here. Okay. And it looks like we got probably a rotted out drain pan. See all this water right here? But no water in the condensate loop. So possibly a rotted out drain pan. I want to see if this defrost timer works also. Wow, look at all this oil right here. Can you guys see this? It's more like condensate. That's just water condensating. I do see this is real oily up here. Look at this. That's coming over on the camera. See how it's all beaded up? Oily. And this is just first observation. So I need to get my soap bubbles. See, this is all oily too, the cap. Looks like that compressor, I put that in 2011. We're at 19, so 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. And then the oil, it's super oily up here. Starts at the top, goes all the way down. You can even see it on the flex back there. It's oily. We'll grab the leak detector for fun, but I'm gonna get soap bubbles going and see if we can see anything soaping and bubbling. Everything up. Let's see if you guys can catch it. Start it up way there. It's all soapy bubbles. Soap and bubbles. I gotta get some more bubbles on there for you guys. There we go. Bubble factory right out of the sight glass. Sometimes you can get lucky and try and tighten them up. There's 2 slots cut in there that will get in there and try and tighten those up. Yeah, you look at that right there at the bottom. You can see it's still bubbling pretty good. That's a substantial size leak right there. So I'm gonna kill power to it and see if I can move. Yeah, I'm gonna move this box out of the way right here. So let's see if we can kill power to it. Move this box out of the way and get in there and see if we can tighten that up. Years ago, I had made a piece of square flat stock that would fit inside the 2 grooves, and had welded a piece of square metal off of that to get a wrench on to tighten it. I had made my own tool. I don't know if I have that anymore. I'm gonna have to dig on the truck. I might even have to go to my house and look at I have a toolbox at my house. I had a bunch of old tools. I might have it. I don't remember seeing it lately though. But we'll see what we can come up with here. I got the sight glass out. There is a gasket that sits inside of there that I don't have a spare for. You can see someone put a bunch of UV dye in the oil. It's all definitely got UV dye in it. Want to get the oil out. There's a fitting that comes out here. If you have an oil pump, I use this style oil pump. Right here. Pump it pump the oil out, and we'll pump fresh oil in. So I think I'm just gonna, I gotta try and get this freezer going. Try and save the product. If it doesn't seal up, maybe I get him a new compressor, maybe I get a new sight glass with gasket. But I think for tonight, we'll try some Teflon tape and some leak lock and see if I can get it tightened up in there. Teflon tape and a bunch of leak lock on there. Made a big old mess. See, the oil level's low. I'm gonna have to add oil to it. I got 139.7, 140.1, so we're, yeah, right around 140 for the check. I got the fittings back in. We'll do a deviation test on it here in just a sec. Freaking hacking and mowing, baby. Let's see what we make out on this. I know a lot of you guys tell me to hook up the temperature probe to it. I'm not going to worry about that a whole lot. I'm going to time it out and see where it drops to. The soapy bubbles are looking good right now. Nothing's bubbling. Let's see if that'll clean up. If it passes the deviation test, then I got to change this dryer out, and then I'll nitrogen test that, soap bubble it, and then we will pull the vacuum. Well, I got to add some oil and then pull the vacuum. Pardon me. Add my oil, pull vacuum. Deviation test. 17 minutes. Hasn't really dropped at all. So I'm stoked on that. I'll get the dryer changed out. We'll do this all over again. All right, you got the oil and the vacuum pump changed, and we'll get rocking. Change my dryer. I've done 2 pressurized tests, and it holds fresh vacuum pump oil. 2 hoses this time. Big True Blue hose on the low side, and my 1/4 inch to 3/8. Off the high side, I put the core tool removal tool on there just to hook up the micron gauge. I do have the ballast open right now. Let's turn it on. Oh, let's hit the timer. Turn the pump on. We'll get going here for a sec. This time I'll remember to close the ballast. Close that ballast up. In my Robinair, I don't even use the ballast. It has it on there, but I never use it. Wake this guy up. Alright, 45 seconds in. 3600. It's a little copomatic. It does have some fresh oil in it. It is a small system. I use the black gold vacuum pump oil. We're at 1200. And you're at 680 microns. Let's drop it. 10 minutes in. 15 minutes in. We are at 551. 550. 15 minutes in, 550. World, real repair, not a new system. Who knows how many times this system's been opened and had stuff put in it. We know the oil had dye in it, the old oil. So this is real world. Cool down times on repairs. Getting there. 20 minutes in. We're just now getting to almost to the 500 mark. 20 minutes in. Just fighting the battle. Coming on down the mountain. We'll check back at 25 after. See where we're at. We're at the 21-minute mark. We're at 489 coming down. It's about 21 minutes to get under 500 on a dirty, old, rotten, filthy system. And that's the facts. I'm not the only one that's worked on these units. I didn't put the ultraviolet dye in here. Somebody did, looking for a leak. I found this leak here and repaired it. New dryer, and we're doing our vacuum, so we'll see where we come around. See where we're at 25 minutes. Almost 24 and a half minutes in. There's my nice cracked screen from the other night. It still works like a champ. All right, we're at 445. This guy charged up here. It's just about there. A couple things on these old Norlakes, especially at these subways. These were holding freezers. They were not designed to go below 0 degrees. Don't ask me how I know that. I learned the hard way. I ended up having to call Norlake on this actual freezer probably 20 years ago. The old owners of this restaurant wanted to put ice cream in there and it wouldn't happen. So I called Norlake and they're like, nope, that's designed for 0 degrees. Some reach-in freezers are like that too for you new guys. So you have to check and find out what it's designed for. This one's designed for 0 degrees. Just in case if you have problems with that. Doesn't mean you can't go below 0. You're gonna have a hard time freezing ice cream in this particular freezer. It's not designed for it. Another thing, after my nitrogen holding test, I recycled my nitrogen and I used what was in the system for my deviation test to blow the coil out. And as you can see, a ton of crap came out. A lot of stuff. So we're gonna let this come around and settle down here for a few minutes, then we'll check our pressures. This thing was set way down, so it looked like the box was cold and it wasn't. So I got it reset. I'm at 38. 37.9, 38 degrees. The old rope-a-dose. Clear sight glass going. Got a 0 degree evaporator at 108 condensing. This thing's working. It's got a big old load on it. I checked all the evap fans. They're all working good. So it's just got to do a ton of work to get us down. So what I'll do is I'll let the customer know I want to come back in a couple of days and put some soap bubbles on that, make sure it's still not leaking. If it leaks again, I just get them a new compressor. You know, we're polishing turds here. Look at this thing. Hammered down dog dookie. Then and they stack stuff in front of the condenser and on the outlet, so we can't breathe. It's actually hot up here right now, so it's probably like 85 on top of this box right now, even though it's cold and storming outside. Yeah, we're coming down the mountain.